Hi, my name's Luke Swanson, and for my personal narrative, I really didn't know what to do mine on and what story really impacted me. And when I really looked back on myself, the one thing that really impacted the way I live my life and how I create is the story of my birth.
My parents were expecting a nice and healthy birth, but something unexpected happens. A virus had somehow gotten into my system. After I had been delivered, they put me on antibiotics. Just for reference, apparently if you give infants antibiotics, it can cause lots of major problems down the road. Cerebral palsy is one of the extremes. But since I was losing life so quickly, it was the only option. For weeks I was fighting this virus and in constant pain throughout. The doctors had put me on Ritalin, a strong painkiller without my parents' consent. I was going through withdrawals for the painkillers as an infant. But after weeks of being hooked up to tubes and machines, I was good to come home. All the doctors thought I wouldn't make it. It was a miracle I lived, and a second miracle, I did not come out with any other major problems. The doctors told my parents to watch out for any other problems that might develop later in life. Years later, I did in fact have a learning disability, and I'm not sure if my exposure to drugs as an infant caused my disability, but I have learned to deal with my disorder and be grateful to be alive. My disorder is called ADHD. For those of you who don't know, ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. This makes it extremely difficult to pay attention to something that I'm not interested in. Fortunately, I can hyperfocus on things that interest me, even when I'm supposed to be doing other things. Usually when I'm doing things that I don't want to do, my mind will wander and think of stories and other things that I want to do. And most of that involves film. Stories told through film always interested me. Even since I was a toddler, I always preferred my stories told through film, and I always liked telling my stories through film. So whatever story I'm thinking about next, it looks a little something like this.